Welcome back to Score on Business. And so let's come back with Jim Brown from the National Federation of Independent Businesses. So what are some of the key business issues for 2016?
There are going to be a lot, but a couple to watch for that I think are going to hit a lot of business owners that a lot will care about is there's going to be a proposal to change the way we do the estimate process for the franchise and excise tax. That's the #2 tax in Tennessee behind the sales tax. It's a big, big tax. And there's been a lot of fluctuation in the collection of the tax, a lot of volatility in the tax. And it's kind of hurting the people that do the budget, first of all, to get it right. And so you're seeing 3 years ago, I believe it was $160 million in the hole. They had to postpone some things they wanted to do. The last year or two, it's been $300 million to the positive. But that volatility isn't very good, and we believe the reform that we and a few other groups are going to propose is going to reduce the volatility. It's also going to make it easier to do the estimate. There's going to be some alternatives on how you do it and drop the penalty down and make it less punitive. So we're excited about that reform. There's another one that kind of an emerging problem. There's a thing called the Retail Accountability Program. It's been around for about 3 years or so, and it started with the beer and tobacco industries. So those folks have been working to find tax cheats on the sales tax side, and it's had some rough edges, but some of them have been ironed out. They expanded it to the grocers and convenience stores this year, and there's some problems with it. And not only just problems with that industry, but their plans probably to go to restaurants and to others to mandate wholesalers to report monthly what they send to a retailer. And it's a lot of big brother in here that we don't like philosophically, number one. Number two is the implementation is not going well so far. And number three is we believe there's some constitutional and due process issues here that some of our legal folks are taking a look at. It's something to keep your eye on in the session because of its ramifications across the whole sphere of the economy. Then I think the state and local government issues that are out there, you've got the local for hire, the Amendment 3 that passed here in Tennessee or in Nashville, Davidson County. The problems with that.
Okay, and what that says is?
It says that if you're going to do a contract with the Davidson County, that's $100,000 or more, you are required to hire at least 40% Davidson County residents. There's a 10% clause for poverty, below poverty, making sure some of those folks are in there. And that, very well intended, that sounds great. But the implementation is the folks who are here locally say, we try to do that already, we can't. And there was no mandate on the out-of-state contractors. So what's going to happen? The out-of-state folks come in, they get the business, the local folks lose the business, they can't meet the mandate, nothing's really solved, less tax revenue actually in Nashville-Davidson County. So I think the legislature wants to look at that. There's also the affordable housing issue, and that's a big emerging issue. There's a big case going to the Supreme Court out of California, the city of San Jose, that we're all watching. But there's two ways to come at increasing or making affordable housing better. One is the carrot and one is the stick. And the stick is the set aside that you have to do for that San Jose case, where you have to put a certain percentage of your property that you're putting up below market. And that, we believe, violates the takings clause of the Fifth Amendment. And I think a lot of legislators agree. I think folks are fine with, with the incentives, but I think Tennessee's probably not going to be as welcoming to that across the state. I think there's going to be a debate about that in the State House.
Okay. Yeah, so looking of the things you were mentioning for my business, the excise tax matters. I'm, as a matter of fact, dealing with that at the very moment. And so I like what I'm hearing about, working for all businesses that have to pay the excise tax and to have that smoothed out and hopefully in our favor. Then for the retail establishments, the sales tax, it's like punish everybody for the sins of a few. So you're trying to address that. And then for the housing market,
those are all things that will directly hit the consumer, right, at some point. And if you don't get it right, they're going to get passed along to the consumer. Prices go up, and it becomes more difficult to have a good economy here. So those are things that we're going to tackle. A lot more, too.
Okay. So we've got a break here. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a moment.